your boy Phoenix here with another Brew deck tech. This week, Cassini comes crashing into the battlefield, bringing one of the most aggressive decks in the format, specifically the list that got first at the US Nationals. Cassini's really good, and that's because she essentially gives every card in your deck the option to just deal 3 damage, while at the same time stacking your discard pile, which is super important for most Astral decks, as you'll see soon. Let's start off with the game plan. You're trying to get a Flying Fortress into play, and then just drawing an obscene amount of cards and letting the fortress spin until your opponent dies. This may seem underwhelming at first, but just wait until you can see some of the degenerate things this floaty boy is capable of. We need to play a taco truck full of defend cards. Well, look who's burrowing into this deck. It's the 2 best cards we can play in terms of digging through our deck. Both Gravity Well and Moonlight Burrower let you choose a card to draw, and Burrower in specific shows you what the next couple cards on top of your deck are. Other defend cards include Mustache Shield Guy and Telescope Bird. They don't do anything crazy, they're just solid cards that provide good value by drawing us more cards and gaining a bit of life. Remember how we wanted to draw that aforementioned obscene amount of cards? Well, we have to play Umbron Informant, so we can draw cards until we have the same number as our enemy. I mean, really, can you imagine the shame if our opponent had more cards than us? Ooh. You got this bear bird thingy, which not only draws a card, but can either heal or deal damage depending on what we draw. And if we draw a combo, it'll do both. And just maybe we know what the top card is. Oh, right. This card is now banned. Well, that's awkward. You can still play it online, I guess, though it'll look more like this. For paper, however, there's a card that just came out in Kindred that is a natural replacement for Sunbeacon. This bookworm can either put the top card in your discard pile and draw 2, or put the top card back on top and deal 4 damage, which is pretty fantastic as far as value goes. We have our Flying Fortress, which is our primary way of ending the game. It pairs especially well with Spectral Guy, which can draw us 2 cards twice. It's even better when we can set up those draws to be 2 defend cards. We're playing a handful of attack cards too, because they're just too good to pass up on. Everyone's favorite Pathfinder is here to remove some buffs, while Blinding Beetle hopefully moves your opponent's buff removal out of their hand. And then we got this Teenage Mutant Ninja Chimchu that can recur whatever action card we need. Wait, where did this adorable damage increase come from? Oh, it's a Starhorn Tusker! This guy's pretty busted though, although there's literally no reason to actually play him. Most of the time, we'll just be discarding him with Cassini, and then letting him increase our damage by 2 while he's on top of our discard pile. Alignment and anti-gravity field are there for extra damage to finish off your opponent. Black Hole is a spacey, one-sided buff genocide. Bubble is great because it can restart your buffs, and Reality Rift can bring them back from the discard pile. Okay, so scenario time! We got our Spectral Guide. We have our Fortress of Floatitude. We have our little friend waving at us from the discard pile. We activate Spectral Guide, we draw 2 defend cards, reveal them both, and hit our opponent for 8. Next turn, we can Gravity Bubble, deal 10, and restart our buffs. As you can see, this is an incredibly powerful engine that fuels our hero's ability to discard cards for damage. And that's it for the Astral hero Cassini. If you guys want to sit in a flying castle and draw some cards, head over to stormbrewgames.com and spend at least $2 to get free shipping. Some people have asked why I haven't done any Kindred decks, and that's because a large number of people are playing the digital version, where Kindred has yet to be released, that is, until later this week. To celebrate digital release of Kindred, the next couple of videos will be spicy brews around some of the new cards, so get ready for those saucy decks. If you guys have any suggestions or questions about this deck, or want to just adjust the deck for next week, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys soonish.